Howdy folks, we're back with more Let's Play Maniac Mansion. At this point I'm recording two videos in one sit down. But from now on folks, I'm going to make a concerted effort to actually wait a little while between videos so that not only can people keep up easily, but people can actually, participate. Because this is going to be, my most audience participation LP ever, since I don't actually remember how to solve all the puzzles in this game. I may remember more of it than I realized I did. We're going to find out. Now, just playing a little bit off camera to find out, oh, listen to those great DAW sound effects. See that? Grandpa, the clock, that pendulum swings back and forth and makes a little doot noise. Excellent. We're going to head in here. We're going to walk inside. We're going to get the where's pickup? We're going to pick up a flashlight. We could open the stove, but Dave would rather use the microwave. There's a chainsaw, and there is blood. Why was the blood from the title logo thing purple? I don't know, but here's actual red blood. I believe these graphics are actually better than the computer that I had when I was a kid would handle. Dad didn't want to shell out for the Amiga. The Amiga had better graphics. It looked cooler at the store. My brother and I wanted an Amiga. Dad was like, no, I want to be able to actually do stuff with this machine. So we had to get a PC. Well, my dear, I hope you're having fun. Within minutes it'll all be over. Oh, you'll be hooked up to my machine getting your pretty brains sucked out. Are her brains actually pretty? You'll never get away with this. I love this game. Dave and his friends will rescue me. Dave's not here, man. You and your meteor can eat slime. We can suck at his meteor. That's what she thinks. Oh, that's what she said. Heh heh heh. Help! 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 Game has a sense of humor, folks. Let's open the microwave. You can microwave things. You will, in fact, have to microwave things eventually as part of the plot. What is very dull knives? Can we pick up very dull knives? They're glued to the wall. This game is pretty out there, folks. What is blood? What is blood? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. The what is command is not something where you click on something and you get a description. It's simply a way of seeing what is and is not something to be interacted with. There's nothing on the floor. The stove is an item. The chainsaw is an item. Alright, let's pick up the chainsaw. Excellent. Let's inch a little closer, and there's a reason I'm inching here. I played a little bit off camera, and there is Nurse Edna. Nurse Edna is an obstacle, let's say. Step a little bit closer to Nurse Edna here, or just hang around for too long. Like, what is Nurse Edna? I walked right up to her before without noticing it. What is broken bottles of ketchup? What is lettuce? Can we give flashlight to Nurse Edna? Want some food? Come here, dearie. I got you. And she takes you to a dungeon. How silly of me. I should have tied you to my bed. And you're trapped in a dungeon. That is why I saved the game, because I remembered that. Okay. It's probably inevitable that I'm going to get somebody trapped in that dungeon eventually. And, in fact, if you get two people trapped in the dungeon, there is a way to get one of them out. The other one sort of has to hold the loose brick There's like a door mechanism where you have to press and hold a loose brick and it opens the door and you can escape. But only one of the two kids can escape that way. I don't feel like dealing with it yet, so let's just get away from here because we're probably not meant to deal with this room yet. Maybe I was just really panicky when I was a little kid, but it scared the crap out of me when I got captured by Nurse Edna before. Okay, we got stairs, we got a door. Let's open the door. There's no handle here. Okay. I remember how to open that door, folks, but let's put that off for a minute. Because there's another door here, which will be less problematic. Notice how Dave's face blends into the wall. That's how you can tell I'm playing the DOS version. Now, let's take a look. What do we got here? We got an old-fashioned radio. Let's turn on the old-fashioned radio. Let's turn off the old-fashioned radio. Because I don't think that was helping anything. Let's open the cabinet door. There is a cassette player. Turn on the cassette player. There's no tape in the player, but we've got a cassette player. Let's bear that in mind, folks. There is a big, comfy-looking couch. We can push the couch. Can't budge it. Pull the couch. Can't budge it. Sharp-eyed viewers may have noticed there is a glass chandelier and there is a key in the glass chandelier. You cannot reach the key. What if you pulled on the chandelier? You can't move it. You cannot stand on the couch and jump at the chandelier. That simply will not work. So this is another puzzle that has to be solved. Dial it, put it away somewhere. File in your Rolodex, folks. We've got a glass chandelier with a key in it. Let us open the door. Or let us go inside. There's a dark room. Let us turn on the flashlight. I believe the flashlight has limited batteries. Yeah, that's what I want to do. It needs batteries. Okay. I thought it had limited batteries. It turns out that at the moment it doesn't have batteries at all. Although I could play a little game that we like to call fumbling around in the dark using the what is command. There's a staircase. There is a lamp. Turn on. No. Turn on the lamp. And we don't have to worry about the flashlight batteries in this room, so that's cool. Let us go ahead and hope that we don't run into a Nurse Edna of some sort. Staircase out of order. Staircase out of order. This may be a joke. There's a staircase that just doesn't actually do anything. I remember this room now. Yeah, this might be kind of a pointless LP if I actually just every time I see a room, memories come flooding back of how to solve all the puzzles. But there's a loose panel. I remembered there being a loose panel. Let us pull the loose panel. And there's a tape. Okay, well that's nice. There's a cassette tape. There's Chuck the Plant. I do not believe anything happens when you use Chuck the Plant. You can't move it, after all. Let us use the phone. Call the police, perhaps. Something we might have considered doing before breaking into this house. The phone seems to be broken. Okay. I mentioned earlier that Jeff, the surfer, and Bernard could repair stuff. I believe that's what needs to be repaired. But they would need tools. We do not have tools yet, unless you count Bernard. Bernard, who at this point we have not actually used. Neither have we used Wendy. We will probably use them, children. I'm channeling Grimmeth now. Sorry, I'm not trying to steal anybody else's style, but We'll use them when perhaps we need to. Probably not before. Got a key to get into the house, and I don't think it's going to really help me out much before this. There are gargoyles that are actually an item, so bear that in mind, possibly. There is a picture of painting of Nurse Edna and a painting of Dr. Fred. They are the kooky people who own the Maniac Mansion. And their son, who is Weird Ed, and I do not know whether or not we're meant to know that his name is Weird Ed yet. Let's read the warning sign. Warning. Use of unauthorized access codes may cause Mondo damage. Use with caution. Ah, yes, this would be the game's copy protection. I hadn't actually thought about that. Call 1-800-555-NUKEM for other fine security products from Nukem Alarms. If you put in the wrong access code here, it is the copy protection. To make sure you bought the game, they had the special sort of maroon-colored paper with black text that couldn't be photocopied, and it came with the game, and it showed you the access codes to this door, and if you put in the wrong access codes, well, something will happen. Something bad. You cannot, obviously, win the game without going past that door. What's in here? In here we've got a bowl of fruit, a bowl of wax fruit. Shall we get the bowl of wax fruit? Ah, yes, we've got the bowl of wax fruit now. We can pick up a paintbrush. We can pick up some paint remover. We have a easel, which I do not believe we can pick up. We have a crate. Can we open the crate? It doesn't seem to open. There's a sketch. I don't really know what you can do with the sketch, so let's get out of here. Hey, can you interact with this gargoyle, or only the downstairs gargoyles that you can interact with? Interesting. Very interesting. Those downstairs gargoyles are an interactable item for a reason, folks. We'll get into that later. Is there something over here? Yes, there's a door over here. Let us go in. Let us see what is waiting inside this room. There is a... Okay, there's a jar of some kind on a piano. I believe that using this piano with either SID or Razor, you will be able to record yourself playing awesome music. Dave, Bernard, and Wendy, none of them are going to be able to play awesome music. I can't play that thing. So this is one of the things that we would need those characters to be able to do. But we do now have a cassette recorder. We have a record, it looks like. Let's pick up the record. Let us use the record, old record, on the Victrola. And now let's turn on the Victrola and see what kind of music we get. Let's hit the wrong button and try to switch kids. I don't think this is helping anything, folks. I'm pretty sure that isn't going to help anything. But we can pick up the old record just in case it becomes useful later. I believe we need to get another record somewhere else in the house and record its music. But for right now, let's watch some TV. TV will lead to a cinema sequence of some sort. 3 guys who publish anything. Hi, all you budding writers, musicians, and game designers. Send a 222 skyscraper way. I'm marketeer, and my company will publish anything. Just mail it to the address shown below. Don't forget the stamp. That would be a puzzle thing. We've got to get a stamp and the ability to mail stuff to the guys who will publish things. They do not require money because they are not real publishers. We're at about the 15-minute mark. It's probably time for me to consider ending this thing. But we've got a minor problem, folks, which is that I've got to look into whether or not I've actually got copy protection. But let's do something before. Let's make this video a couple of minutes longer than it really was meant to be by showing you what happens if you're a software pirate. It's the early 80s. You don't feel like paying for Maniac Mansion. You want to play the game, but you don't want to pay for it. So what do? You get an illegal copy. You get a computer with not one but two 5 1/4-inch floppy drive readers, and you make an illegal copy of the Maniac Mansion 5 1/4-inch floppy disk onto a blank 5 1/4-inch floppy disk, and you give it away to a friend, and they try to play the game. Well, this is what's going to happen to them. They're going to use the keypad. The access key is section 1H11. They're going to just, I don't know, maybe this. Oh no, the alarm went off. What does this mean? Let's maybe get out of the house? Maybe that will help something. We set off the alarm, folks, so does this mean we're going to get arrested, or what's going to happen to us now that we've set off the alarm? Will cops come? Prosecute us for being thieves, or maybe we can check with the other kids, or you guys have any suggestions? Wendy, would you like a turn to do something? I don't know what's happening, but oh. Wow. The house and everyone within a 5-mile radius have been destroyed in a massive nuclear meltdown. So apparently there was a nuclear reactor, the game is over, in the mansion. And we blew the mansion up. Press F4 to play again. Yeah, well there you have it, folks. This is that's this game's version of copy protection. You can't get past that door without blowing up the mansion unless you've got the actual correct rights to play the game. I must say, copy protection in those old games could be brutal. I remember a Starflight game that I was playing. I had not yet figured out the slick technique I just described, where you copy your 5 1/4-inch discs, because that game would have there was no save states. You would have one game, and when your starship crew died, you had to start over, and that was a game that took many hours to solve. And your game was automatically ended if you failed the copy protection, and the copy protection thing would come up all the frickin' time. Every time you left Starport, you would get a copy protection. I remember being in tears as a kid because a game that I'd spent hours on got wrecked because I put in the copy protection wrong. So in the old days, the copy protection could be pretty brutal and pretty frustrating. Still not as irritating as perhaps having to be connected to the internet before you're allowed to play StarCraft 2, even if you want to play by yourself. But still, pretty brutal. And this game, though, they had a sense of humor about it. Put in the wrong passcode, you blow up the frickin' mansion. So, folks, when we come back, I saved the game before doing that. I gotta go offline, make sure I can actually find the copy protection information for this game. I'm sure it's out there on the net somewhere. And then we will be able to continue along with Let's Play Maniac Mansion. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I'm having a pretty good time reliving this old game. And stay tuned for the first time I get stuck on a puzzle when you get your chance to chime in and save the day. See you then.